Welcome back. This is Fantastic Pains and How We Hide Them. I'm not Chris.
And I'm not Karina.
But we're here together.
As usual.
Indeed.
Minus the extras. We had extras and now they're all gone.
We did have extras.
It's a sad day.
They were good episodes, though, so if you haven't seen them, go check them out.
Unless we don't release them. In which case, good luck.
Baloney, we're releasing them.
Baloney.
Shut up, we're doing it.
No, we will. They're
Bologna.
good. Yeah.
Yes, we had the baby brother on, which was very cool.
Mm.
And then we had your wifey.
Yep. And someday we'll have Star.
Yep.
Yep. It's like there are other people. Think of all the people.
We'll get Bop on someday.
That'll be hard, but yeah.
That would be hard.
What we have to do is trick him. We'll have to set up the recording and then have him come in and just get him on a story topic.
Oh, yeah.
And then bam.
He's very educated on EDS.
He is.
He sends us a lot of good resources.
He got us books.
He did. He did get
that I'm supposed to share with you, but I never did.
You never shared? So rude.
They're sitting on my shelf in my bedroom.
Oh. We'll have to remember to do that before I leave. Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I feel like I should ask you questions now.
We don't really have an agenda today. We're a little low on energy, so we're gonna decompress.
This is the Low Spoons podcast.
Yes. This is our decompression podcast.
Oh. Feels nice.
It does. So come hang out with us.
Join us.
We're just gonna chill and chat.
And chat chill.
Do you have any questions for me?
Why are you like this?
Why have you done any of the things you've ever done?
When we were little, you did that one thing, and I'll never forgive you.
If you are talking about Monopoly, I'm going to have to kill you.
You weren't that little.
No, I wasn't that little. This man threw the entire Monopoly board and all the money into the ceiling fan, and it sprinkled down around us in a cascade of loser.
Wasn't it beautiful?
It was beautiful. But it was because I was winning.
You know, the twinkling of a dying star is beautiful.
The violence was beauty for a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, he killed me.
Yes, and now we're here. Imagine that. I mean, you cheated. So
I did not.
You were cheating?
I was winning.
Cheating?
Winning.
It's like those TikToks. I'm leaving. I'm moving out. My spouse said they hate me.
He said he doesn't love me anymore.
No,
That's
I didn't.
Not what I said. I said, please don't leave your socks on the kitchen floor.
Same thing.
We want to make TikToks, but I'm just not sure how we would do that.
I have ideas for TikToks. I
We'll
just
have
need
to figure out the
execute them.
execution.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to shoot TikTok.
Because we're ridiculous, and I think we're funny.
Someone
But
has to.
looks aren't everything, so. Funny looking.
I bet the internet would disagree.
That we're funny looking?
No, that you're funny looking. I definitely am.
Oh,
funny
no,
looking.
they know I'm funny looking. That's fine.
They got the memo? Everyone on the same page?
Like, you open the tab, and man, right there.
It's right there.
It's just like, oh, that face.
Oh.
Should come with a warning label.
Oh, here's a good subject. How do you feel after exerting yourself so mentally? Like, spoon drainage from doing nothing, basically.
Oh, I know. Like, I've kind of hit the point of, like, giddiness.
Yeah.
Where my brain's just running on, like, backup and reserve. So I'm like, whee!
Yeah.
But also very tired.
Yeah, but you can't let yourself start to be tired because then you're going to
'cause then
crash.
it's over, and I still have to figure out what I'm making for dinner.
Oh, the meds just hit.
Oh, good.
Now my back doesn't hurt so bad.
That's helpful. I love those moments where you're like, oh, hey, there's that thing.
That was like an hour and a half.
Yep.
At least it kicked in at all.
Right? Jeez.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That's fair. Sometimes you're like, I took that thing 6 hours ago, and I still haven't seen it.
There are nights that it just never happens.
Or you fall asleep anyway.
Right, and then it kicks in while you're asleep.
And then you're like, that was worthless.
Where it wakes me up. Like, I'll sleep for an hour and wake up and be like, why am I awake all of a sudden?
Well, and the thing is, like, I've learned that I have to determine whether or not I'm going to take meds before I eat dinner. Yeah. So I have to be able to anticipate how bad it's going to be later in the evening and, like, go back and go because if I eat dinner, it's over. I can't take
Yeah, no.
pain meds.
I made that mistake on the 5 ml ones that we have to take with ibuprofen.
Mm-hmm.
That I accidentally ate a full fucking dinner, then I took the meds, and then nothing happened.
Yep. Yeah. So my trick, I don't know if this is different for you guys, but for me, I have to take the med and then eat.
Yeah.
If I do it in any other order, it doesn't work.
Typically, yeah, I eat bread or something. For some reason, bread like just helps. So I'll take my meds and then I'll eat like a roll or a sandwich or something.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
used to wake Jen up in the middle of the night. Be like, Jen, I took my meds 4 hours ago and they're not working. Can you give me a piece of bread, please?
It's the worst. I hate that.
She's like, a piece of bread? Like, yes, please.
Just one singular piece of bread.
It worked.
Yeah.
Even though you're supposed to eat first and then take it.
I know, but it doesn't work
No.
if you do that.
Mm-mm.
And with the delay that they found in how my stomach empties, it makes sense because it's only emptying like the bottom half.
Yes.
So whatever's on the bottom is going first. So I have to take the med and then eat to trigger digestion.
This is going to get gross. But I have the problem of throwing up my meds.
I hate that. I feel so betrayed when that happens.
Yeah. And like explaining it to your doctor, like, I accidentally threw up meds for like 4 days in a row. How did you accidentally? Well, I took them. And then they came back.
Yeah.
They got returned to sender, and I'm not going through the fucking toilet to find them. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
I don't play that game.
I hate that, though. That pisses me off. Because then you're like, I literally just took the thing that was going to make me feel better, and you're going to do this to me? What are you doing?
The ultimate betrayal.
The ultimate betrayal. That's what that is.
It's self...
Yeah.
Words.
Sometimes, like, my meds will make me really sick for no reason.
That happened to me on the Concerta in the beginning, when I first started the Concerta. And it happens every time I switch meds. Whenever I try a new med, I usually get sick for the first few days.
Because your body's just trying really hard to figure
And
out
then
what it is.
it either gets really bad or it goes away. It's weird.
Your body's deciding if you're allergic to it.
It's like, do we? I don't think I like this one.
Is this acceptable?
They're just sitting there like this, and I'm like, come on, thumbs up, thumbs up. And there goes another one that I can't have.
Like every other pain medication.
Literally every other pain medication, yeah.
Freaking ridiculous. See, I don't have that problem, but I have, like, other things don't work.
Yeah.
So I don't, like, pain medication doesn't usually make me sick necessarily, but, like, I don't know. I tried Narco, and that doesn't, or Norco, that one, Narco.
I tried Narco.
Narc.
I'm a narco.
Narc. Yeah. No, I tried the Norco, and that was just
Well,
garbage.
you've had...
And I've had Tramadol, and that's garbage.
At the ER, have you ever had Dilaudid? That's one of the ones they can give you.
I don't think I've had Dilaudid, but I've had morphine.
Yeah.
And morphine is kind of like Tylenol that actually does its job.
I mean, yeah.
That's my take on morphine.
Morphine hurts me. The liquid kind.
Really?
Yeah. Every time I can feel them inject it, and it hurts my whole body as it creeps through. Like, everything...
Weird.
My body wants to tense up really bad and fight it. It's really bizarre.
Whew.
So for, like, the first minute, it kind of just hurts, and then it slowly fades away.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, your body doesn't like
It does not.
pain medication.
Nope.
Fentanyl was the worst.
I like that I can say that. Like, I've tried fentanyl. I can't have it.
Yeah.
I mean, when you want to talk to
Bad news
doctors
bears.
and they question you, it's like, well, I've had all of the meds. I could have stuck with the free fentanyl patches. I really could have.
Yeah.
If I had a problem, I would be taking fucking fentanyl.
Right.
But no, I can't.
Yeah. It's a strike in your favor, though.
Yeah, that's
You're like,
I like busting that one out.
look,
Like,
see,
I tried
I'm not
fentanyl.
after drugs.
I've been on all the meds.
How did you react to Dilaudid?
Dilaudid usually doesn't do bad. It's the IV kind is fine.
Okay.
But they put me on Dilaudid post back surgery. After the morphine, it was a
Yeah.
tablet, and it did nothing.
Weird.
Yeah. And I don't remember feeling well. I was probably really pukey at the same time.
Probably.
It's just hard to remember. There were so many different things happening all at once during that moment in time.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. No, I haven't had, like... I'm not usually allergic to a whole lot. But baseline.
Yeah, no,
So
you adjust
baseline is
so
the
fast.
enemy of everything. I'm like, oh,
This
great.
happens to other zebras, right?
I don't know. I really
w-
would love to know if you guys experience that?
I feel like it's got to be part of it.
Well, and I know that, like, the medication processing
Yeah.
and, like, anesthesia processing is an EDS thing, and it's well-known clinical symptom.
See, I thought so.
But I don't know about, like, the forming the baseline thing.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting to find out if anyone else has that problem.
Yeah.
Of adjusting too quickly.
Because I tell doctors, I'm like, we either process it all at once or not at all.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, like, the two modes for medication.
Yeah.
Is all at once or not at all. And that's why the nerve block was so bad, because it was a not at all.
Right.
We're not going to process this at all. What did you just put in your body? Dear God, why?
Yeah, that's most of my reactions to things.
Yeah.
Is that,
Oh, God. And it still hurts, but it's, like, slowly creeping down.
It's like the nerves. It has to
Yeah.
be.
It's just awful. I'm so over it. Because my hip finally doesn't hurt anymore, which
Yeah.
is great. So I'm, like, walking normally, and I'm doing all of my PT stuff normally, and that's great and fine and dandy. And then the nerve pain is just so, so bad. Miserable and stupid and annoying.
Yeah, no shit.
So I'm like, never again for nerve blocks.
Yeah, no, I had that happen on my arm from, what was the injection? It was a steroid. It was the,
Oh, it's when they were doing the steroids for, like, it's not Prolo. But, prednisone?
yeah,
Yeah.
they injected prednisone. And I have a bad reaction to it anyways, and she hit a
Mhm.
nerve, and I lost feeling from here to here for a year and a half. Like, it's still number.
That's
like,
crazy.
I barely feel, but I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, it's a lot lessened.
That's, like, what this is.
Yeah.
And I'm trying really hard to work on it before Tuesday, because I'm going back to massage. And when he worked on it, and this is a man who has had his hands, like, inside of my chest cavity, right?
Yeah.
Up underneath my diaphragm. And he worked on this for, like, 2.5 minutes. And he was like, that is the squirmiest I've ever seen you get. Like, I get to a point where I'm going to pass out
Yeah.
before I get to a point where I'm like, ow, that hurts, stop it.
Yeah.
And him working on this was just, like, unbearable. It was so bad. So I'm trying really hard to, like, prep myself so that Tuesday isn't quite as bad. But we'll see. Don't choke. Reflux.
I tried to drink water, and my throat went, nope.
That was like my big gulp earlier.
Come on. Swallow. I can feel it sitting right here. Just go down. It's just water.
That's the problem.
Please.
I've also heard zebras talk about just water making them sick.
Really?
Yes. And I've heard this, like, in different settings where zebras will talk about, like, just drinking water or drinking just water makes my stomach hurt. Or I drink just water and I immediately piss it all out without, like, dealing with it. And I don't know. It's interesting. It's really weird.
I've kind of had that before.
Yeah.
Where I'll drink a bottle and it's instantly gone through me.
Right.
Like, it's like when you take the salt water or that saline or the gross mix we took for GI stuff.
Uh-huh.
And you could just tell it's going through you super fast.
Yeah.
It was like that.
Yeah. But I don't know, because I am, like, 90% Gatorade these days.
That's what you're made
I'm
out
just
of.
made out of Gatorade. So, but I do that for the pots so that I have, like, I guess the fluid sticks around longer
Yeah.
with the salts and the other stuff. But yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting thing.
Yeah. I want more info.
Right?
We need more comments.
Mm-hmm.
Feed us the info.
Yes. Like, subscribe, comment. We should look at what's going on in the forums and see if there's any good topics.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not on any of the forums.
This one right away is really funny because she's talking about how her daughter gets a really hot burning ear.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The
And
flush.
she's like, just one. And that happens to me all the time. where
It's
I
like
get a
stupid
flush on
human
one
trick that you
side.
can do.
Yeah.
Like, hey, guess what? Flush.
Flush. Just on one side. Yeah. Now it's just flushing. It's interesting, though.
Yeah.
I've also seen a lot of autism EDS crossover.
Really?
Tons. Tons and tons and tons. Which makes sense because, like, my experience working as a SPED teacher, a lot of our kiddos with autism have hypermobility
Right.
in one way or another. So, yeah, interesting.
That is really interesting.
Right? Isn't that weird?
What if it changes the way you process information if
Right.
you have flexible gray matter?
Yeah, I don't
Huh.
know. Because I know that with EDS, it's not uncommon to have like sensory processing issues.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that like it's just in that same vein of things.
Wow.
But yeah, no, I just find that really fascinating. Here's one looking for advice. My little finger keeps dislocating and seems to be now permanently subluxed. Oh no.
Ooh.
Doesn't even have ring splints for pinkies. So ring splints are not going to prevent dislocation. They're just to prevent
Yeah.
hyperextension.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
as I do something stupid,
Right.
like, how far back will this bend? Oh, yeah, I can almost touch it all the way
Right.
back.
But like I've said, like we've talked about before, like braces are great until they're not. 'cause
Right,
you
when
can
you
still
dislocate
inside
inside
of
of it, and then it holds you in that position,
them.
and you can't move. How do you fix your finger dislocating?
It depends on where it is,
Yeah.
like where it's at.
If it's
Oh,
lower, I get lost. I can do
can-
everything up here.
I'll show you the trick I learned for my wrist.
Yeah, yeah.
To figure out like where it's dislocated. So you go through and you pry apart each of your fingers, and you look for like the weak one.
Mm-hmm.
So I know this one, there's something off in the train here, and then here is pretty good. So then you can target just that finger, and that.
How does
just
that work for your
spot
thumb, though?
wrist. For my thumb, if I'm finding that I'm weak on everything, it's usually because my thumb is out.
Wow. Haha, take that,
Yeah,
hand.
and then you check it by going back and doing the same thing. And if you have more strength to
This
it-
one might just be
You've done
permanently
it.
fooked.
Oh, that's true, because you broke.
Yeah, and
And I broke as well.
the
so.
bone's curved.
Ooh.
It healed.
What?
They didn't set it all the way, so feel it. There's a curve in it.
Weird.
So like my finger sits in the wrong position
It,
all the
like,
time.
Weird.
Yeah. Yeah. See, like it just is shorter and
Uh-huh.
and it sits
Whereas,
way
like,
far.
My break is right in here. And I just tore up a ton of tissue when I did it, too.
Mm.
Because I was going down the stairs, and I caught it on the handrail.
Ooh.
And just ripped my whole pinky back.
Like you do.
Like you do. But yeah. That one's a mess, because I busted it.
Yeah.
My muscles are spasming.
Yeah, I've been shaking today.
I know, shaking and sweating. It's really great.
Like I have all the things going on.
My favorite.
At least you're not MCASy.
Now that you've said that.
Poof, instant inflammation.
No, I spent the last couple days MCAS. Because I drank at one of the end of year celebrations.
Oh no, how dare you?
Because it was at my house. So I had a couple drinks.
I think you're allowed to
And
do
then I
that.
regretted it.
And then I made a bad choice.
It was not a good idea because alcohol sets off my MCAS. We haven't really talked about MCAS yet, have we?
We have not.
Not a whole lot at all. So MCAS stands for mast cell activation syndrome.
Yep.
There's also MCAD, which is mast cell activation disorder.
When it happens frequently.
I don't know what the difference is really because it's all the same thing. But in any case, what is MCAS?
What is MCAS? It's a histamine reaction, correct?
Yes.
It's like an allergic reaction to nothing.
Or specific triggers. Have you heard of that poor girl? She lives in, she can't even have her husband near her. The only people she can have near her are her siblings
Yeah,
because they're similar enough genetically.
I do. Yeah, I
Yeah.
found that on YouTube.
Yeah, this poor woman, she, her MCAS is so bad that her, other humans set off anaphylactic
Wow.
reactions. So she gets anaphylaxis like nobody's business.
No thanks.
And they basically built her a house with filtered air so they could keep her environment absolutely clean.
Dang.
And husband lives above in a loft.
Wow.
Which is just crazy.
Props to him for staying with her, though.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And building her the house.
Yeah,
And
no joke.
working with her family. Yeah.
Huh.
So interesting though. The body the body is just bizarre.
Yes.
Bodies are stupid.
They're
They
for
just
dumb
do
people.
whatever.
They're dumb, and I hate them.
But yeah, so basically what happens is your body releases mast cell reaction, which it's like an autoimmune
Right.
attack, essentially. Yeah.
But it's not like scary autoimmune stuff.
No, it's more on the allergy side, yeah. So, what are the weirdest MCAS reactions you've had?
Oh my god, I can't even remember. I think no, I went in once. I was all red. I thought that I was breaking out in something,
Mm-hmm.
and I was swollen and bright red, like everywhere.
Yeah.
And I went into the ER and I tried to like get someone to help me. I was like, "This isn't normal. It kind of hurts now. It feels very hot." He was like, "I don't know. Try prednisone." I was like, "I can't try prednisone. I can't take it at all." He's like, "Well, I just." It went on for a long time. I was dealing with a nurse, and the nurse just had no idea what to do,
Oh my god.
and they couldn't get a doctor for because it was packed.
Right.
And I'm sitting here swollen, bright red, like why this?
For no reason.
And it was before we knew what it was.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah. So yeah, swelling is one. Like
Yeah.
our fingers will swell up really bad.
I get that a lot.
Let's see what other fun ones. Oh, there was that day that I triggered it with exercise. And
Oh,
it
yeah.
wouldn't stop. I couldn't get the reaction. Excuse me. I couldn't get the reaction to stop at all.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had taken, what are those heavy duty ones? The diphenhydramine.
The sleep pills.
So I took Benadryl, I took Allegra, I took diphenhydramine, I
Damn.
took Claritin, I took the
Claritin,
nasal
Claritin.
spray.
Neutral.
it was insane. And so finally I went in and they were like, well, here's like eye drops and a different nasal spray, and we're also going to give you these EpiPens because we don't know what the heck to do with you.
Yeah.
You've tried everything. And he was like, you're basically topped out. So we
Dang.
don't know what to do with you. But I had triggered it just exercising.
Teach
I
you to
went
do things.
for a bike ride, and my blood pressure spiked, and then it was over. And I was sneezing violently for like 2 days. I was itching everywhere. My eyes wouldn't stop leaking.
Right.
Like, it was horrible. It wouldn't stop. It was
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine don't last that well. There's some do. Some last for days.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just nasty. Your body's like, we're allergic.
Right.
I'm like, why?
Jen worked with a guy who had MCAD, and she was trying to explain because I was having a really bad MCAS day, and she was explaining it to him. She's like, "Oh no, I know about that. I have MCAD." She was like, "Oh," and then they started commiserating about it
There you
because she had to deal with me.
go. Poor Jen.
Oh, I know. That woman's an angel.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
No, MCAS is not fun, or MCAD, and that whole vein.
Yeah.
Great fun. I've been allergic to warm water before, but not cold water. Cold
Warm
water
water.
was fine. It was warm water that
'Kay.
set it off. I have been allergic to sunshine before. I got hives from the sun.
Nice.
That was interesting.
Well, didn't you break out in hives the other day for no reason?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Look,
No clue.
just cause.
Just 'cause.
Yeah, I've never been able to identify triggers.
Yeah.
It's too late for me. Usually, I'm like, oh god.
The weather is a big one.
Yeah.
We find that, like, atmospheric pressure makes a huge difference in all of our symptoms.
Yeah. We have a barometer. We have 2 of them in the house, so I always look.
I always wonder if it would be different if we lived at sea level.
I've had good experiences at sea level.
Me
Anytime
too.
I've traveled to sea level, it's been better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I wonder if, like, the atmospheric part wouldn't be quite so impactful if we were at sea level.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. Something about having higher air pressure
Yeah.
makes it better.
Hold you in more.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Out here, we're just going to float away,
Mile high. What do you expect?
which makes sense because Grand Lake was always harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. That reminds me. Sophie's been having a sinus problem.
Really?
She's been getting headaches behind her eye.
Oh.
So she had one behind her eye and then like on her temple,
Uh-huh.
and then another one behind it again. She's been taking just like an anti something. I don't know. It's a sinus medication.
Oh. Interesting.
Like she gets this little pill, she takes it, and she makes a big deal of it because it's really hard for her to swallow pills,
Uh-huh.
and it makes me laugh because I just take handfuls
Handfuls,
and then
yeah.
swallow them.
Someone commented on it at work one time.
Really?
They were like, that was a lot of pills, and you just went at that, like, in one go. I was like,
best way to do
That's not
it.
even the most pills I take in a day. That was like my afternoon ones.
Right.
That one was mellow. Sometimes it's 11 in one go.
But yeah, she's been having. I'm worried she has a sinus infection, but she doesn't have any of the other symptoms. She has the sinus
we used
pressure.
to get sinus infections that were just sinus infections.
Yeah.
Though. And so did Dad,
Mhm.
like without being sick.
I figure if it goes on for another day, because she hasn't said anything today about it yet.
Just take her in.
Yeah.
Bummer.
She's not gonna like it because they have to do the nasal swab.
Figure out what all is going on.
Oh, I hate those.
Ugh.
They're worse than the COVID test because the COVID can go just kind of on the outside. For the stupid sinus one, they get way up in there. They tickle your brain and then they come back and they're like, "You're sick."
Yes. Great.
Thank you.
Didn't she go to school the other day for the end of the year?
No, she
No?
did.
It was all online.
Yeah, they did like an online celebration. They watched
okay.
a movie. Rory got to tour Disneyland or
Fun.
Disney World, like a virtual tour.
Oh, fun.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
but they're free and
And
they're
I
gonna go
heard-
back next year.
I heard Rory was very sad that the school year was ending.
Oh, he was.
Which
Sophie is
just so
too,
cute.
though.
Aw.
Like they were both bummed and excited, but bummed.
Yeah. It'll be so different next year.
Yeah.
It has me wound up a little bit, but I'll get there.
You have the summer off.
Well,
That'll be-
mostly off.
Yeah.
I have some stuff.
I
but not
got
too bad.
stuff to do.
I got stuff.
Yeah.
School starts again for me. Like tomorrow.
Oh God.
Yeah. No, not tomorrow. Day after tomorrow.
Oh good. Enjoy your Monday.
Great. Yeah. Yeah. So I gotta get back to my master's program. Woo.
What you say? Ooh, I'm gonna be
Ooh.
educated. Ooh.
I don't wanna. But if I want to keep talking about having kids, I have to have a master's.
Yeah.
So,
I was gonna say it's the plan, right?
Yep.
You gotta do things in order.
yep, that was the deal. Get some monies.
How far are you? Like how many?
I should be done by like this time next year,
Oh, that'd be nice.
supposedly.
You got the house already. That was part of the plan.
Yep.
So there's step one.
House is done. Yep.
Did we didn't get into the dental stuff. We can get into the dental.
Yeah.
I'm reminded because my tooth hurts.
Oh.
I need to get it removed.
When was that? I thought you were going,
Specialist.
and you never did it.
I have to do specialist.
Why?
Because it's affected. It's very gross. And there's a lot of deterioration on this one.
But they
And
have to do that like
They want
quickly.
to save it and...
No, don't save it. Just fucking pull it.
I know. That's what I'm like, guys, just yank them out. Look at dentures. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Ugh. Yeah. No, EDS, because collagen is everywhere, and I mean like everywhere, it is the glue that holds everything together.
Mm-hmm.
Our teeth and our gums are impacted as well.
Very much so.
It's so funny because we don't feel a lot of like guilt for having damaged joints,
Right.
but God help you, every time you go to the dentist, you're like, they're gonna yell at me.
Oh my God.
They're
That's-
gonna be mad at me.
That's why
I hate going to the dentist.
I have that same worry, like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
They're not nice. They're like, ugh, you. What were you doing?
EDS?
EDS and then, childhood neglect.
A lot of that. I didn't see a dentist until I was 22.
We did like freebie dentists
Mm.
throughout, but I think that was like 3 times in my whole childhood.
Wow.
And then, God help me, no one ever taught me how to brush my teeth. So I just
I'm not surprised.
was doing it wrong for my whole childhood.
Yeah, you gotta use the bristles.
I
Those
was
are-
just licking it. I'm
Aw.
hoping it was going to work. No.
I can see you doing that though. Like, oh. All better.
All done.
I did it.
So yeah, so I've had several cavities and root canals, and I am currently missing 2, 3, 4 teeth.
Were any of them wisdom teeth?
No. I'm missing
Damn.
4 molars, and none of them are my wisdom teeth. My wisdom teeth are in my mouth.
Nice.
Yeah.
They ripped mine out because they grew in sideways.
Well,
They
mine
came
are,
in on the jaw.
the top ones don't really fit super well.
Mm.
The bottom ones are okay because there's room to spare. But yeah, my top ones don't really fit.
I'm missing one. And then I had a botched root canal where
Yes.
the nerve is still there.
Mhm.
They didn't drill it all out.
Yeah.
That was the one that I felt too.
That's so
you
hard.
want to talk about fucking story time?
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
So again, with like anesthesia and the whole processing it all at once or not at all,
Mm-hmm.
getting our teeth fixed can be an adventure.
Yeah, because the numbing wears off super fast.
Yep.
Super fast.
Or it never kicks in.
I wouldn't let them. I'd be like, no more. More. It's like that scene in Men in Black. More.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I remember one time they gave me 6 shots
Damn.
before they were able to finish. Because they would be like, okay, give you a shot, and then we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then by the time they got back and started working, I'm like, I can feel all of that.
Right.
I can feel everything you're doing. And then eventually I just got annoyed and was like, you know what, fucking finish. Just do it.
That's what happened with the
'cause
root
I'm
canal.
done. Yeah.
Like, I seriously felt them drill out the nerves because I didn't. It was my first time at the dentist, too. I didn't know better.
Right.
It's like, I guess it's supposed to hurt this bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't until later that I found out that, you know, they fucked it up, 1, and 2, it wasn't supposed to be something I
Did
felt.
you go to Comfort Dental?
I did.
They fucked up my face, too.
Oh, my God.
That's the reason I'm missing 2 down here.
Oh, my God.
Is because what they did, well, and it's... Someone didn't want to pay for a crown at this point in my life. So they drilled out 1 and left just like a shell of tooth and then put a filling in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then... I don't even know. But essentially what happened was it just kind of caved in on itself and just crumbled.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so I had to have that one removed. And then the one next to it was like screwed.
Yeah.
Because underneath there was a bunch of like rot from... Because they punched through the tooth at a point. And just left like a hole. So yeah, it was a disaster. So I'm missing a lot of teeth because when they go, we could do a root canal, I just go, nope, pull it.
Yeah.
It's easier and more reliable. Just pull it.
If they can knock me out,
Yes.
it's the only
that
way
would
I
be
could do it
great.
because I would have I'd have a straight up panic attack.
Oh, really?
Because I remember getting those nerves ripped out. So like I get really on edge because I'm worried that they're gonna, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like when we did the wisdom teeth removal,
Yeah.
they had to put me out because I couldn't take it. And there was no fucking way.
I wish they'd put me out. Damn.
Yeah.
The other part is I always have to get like a bite block because
Yeah.
my jaw will fatigue really bad and then it dislocates.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm like, I have to have a bite block.
For the longest time, they're like, you bite your teeth, don't you? You grind your teeth, don't you? I'm like, nope, I don't.
Nope.
But then why do you have this thing? Why is your jaw clicking? Because it's sliding out of the socket?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You see that, like... You can tell there's like a
Yeah.
bump when it flies off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, and I always have to check it from like the bottom down here to see if I'm aligned.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause
I've had to
I
have
one side out usually.
I've had to have Jen do the thing where you put like paper towel in your mouth and
Yeah.
grab the tongue and the chin and you go clunk, get that shit in there.
I've never been able to do it that way. I always like, I don't know, I have to like maneuver from the outside
Yeah.
and like hold at the ears. I don't know. Jaws are stupid.
Fact.
But usually I have like one side out or the other.
Mm-hmm. Mine's always on the right.
Yeah, right now it's my right that's out.
That's not true. It pops on this side, but it dislocates on this side. So if I yawn too much, this one dislocates, and then this will just kind of hang.
Yep.
Because it slides out. There's like a groove now.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that hurts.
It's gross. And I asked them about like a night guard, and they were like, not our department. And then the doctors were also like, that's the dentist.
Mm.
And then no one did it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, whatever. I guess it's fine.
This is fine.
I also, because I get like, you know the internal tremors?
Yeah.
My internal tremors will get so bad that I wind up like knocking my teeth together. It's like a teeny tiny itty bitty chatter.
Mm-hmm.
It's like chattering on a very small scale.
Wow.
And so generally when I'm sleeping, I can't sleep with my teeth together. So I don't usually idle with my teeth together. And you're supposed to, I guess.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. But I leave my mouth open.
My tooth really hurts.
Oh.
It's starting to drive me nuts.
They need to just rip it out.
I could rip it out.
Stop trying to save it, bitches.
I could rip it out.
We'd have to get you some more meds before we did that.
Just
I'm not against it, but we're going to need some more medication.
Yeah. And booze.
Together. No, the
Do
booze
not
is
do
for
that.
me. The booze would be for
It's
me.
for people watching.
Live tooth extraction caught on camera.
It swells. Like it comes in
the
waves.
tissue around it.
Yeah, so I can feel the swelling.
I
Right
can't
now.
believe they let you walk out of there with like an infection in your mouth.
Yeah.
Because that's supposed to be really dangerous for your
And
heart.
especially when it's on the top. Like I had an infection in the top that came through my nasal cavity.
Yeah.
I told you about that,
remember
right? They pierced
Uh-huh.
it and then, oh, here's my infection. Yeah, it was nasty.
Ugh. Ugh, ugh, ugh. That's when you went through the like roof of your mouth.
Yep.
Yep. Ugh. Oh, that's what we could talk about. How do you describe pain?
That's a really good one. Me?
Yeah.
Depends on the pain.
So what are some descriptors that you've used?
Stabbing.
Well,
Very
yeah.
sharp.
Yep. Stabbing and sharp.
And then I get a lot of burning sensations.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is kind of a burning.
Burning and like freezing.
Yeah.
Because it's, yeah, I get that.
I need moss.
Burning and freezing is pretty great. And then,
So like describing the pain I'm in now, it's like a radiating wave. It comes and goes.
mm-hmm.
And it's definitely like a, now it's a throbbing, but it's still heat related.
Oh.
But it's getting better.
So I would get like stabbing, like ice pick stabbing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Especially in like the big joints.
Mm-hmm.
The random like, oh God, why am I getting stabbed in the arm?
Right. Like what I did with my armpit earlier.
Yeah.
I scared our grandfather because I was just like, I was going to go outside and then I had to stop and go, oh, because my armpit stabbed me.
Yep.
It's just how that went.
Oh. Let's see. Other
Stabbing
descriptors.
and radiating.
A lot of radiating. Because I get a lot of traveling pain from my back down to my feet.
Mm.
That's radiating. Because
Yep.
you definitely feel it.
Or shooting pain.
Yeah.
It's like the
It's a fast
extreme
radiating.
radiating.
Yeah. Radiating on speed.
Extreme radiating. Yes.
Yeah.
Ow, frick. Ugh. Pressure.
Yeah.
Like pressure pain.
What does it feel like to you when they numb you? You know how there's that uncomfortable bit before it kicks in? Is that a burning sensation for you?
Kind of. I know I'm trying to like put words to. It's weird when they do it. So like when they shoot it up, first it's a really like, I get like the really sharp pain and then the pressure, and the pressure pain turns into the burning pain,
Yeah.
I guess, where it goes out to numb the.
No, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good way. It is pressure first, and then as it's numbing, it feels like it's burning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it is with nerve stuff. Nerves are just terrible in general because nerve pain can be anything from like hot sensation because I
Mhm.
get like not just burning, I get like I'm touching something hot,
Yeah.
something physically hot. So I get that on the bottoms of my feet a lot, which I hate, usually at bedtime.
I get it on the outside of my thighs.
Mm-hmm. And then I get like warm wet sensation. We talked
Mhm.
about that I think last week. Like the funny bone feeling,
Oh.
only I get that everywhere.
Ooh. No, thank you.
Yeah. So it's like someone has just triggered your funny bone, but I used to get it all up and down my arms before gabapentin. So there
Me
are a lot
before
of days.
gabapentin? Me after gabapentin.
There are a lot of days where I'm like, because you try to practice mindfulness in
Yeah.
those moments of really bad pain, and I have to just go, I am really grateful for gabapentin because if it hurts this bad now,
Mm-hmm.
I cannot imagine what it would feel like if I didn't have gabapentin.
Yeah, I like Yo Gabba Gabba.
Yes, that took care of a lot for me, and made a huge difference in
Yeah.
the pain I was in.
It changed my back pain completely.
Did
Because
it?
before they were trying to treat it with just pain meds.
Uh-huh.
And it was having zero effect, no matter how much I took. But the gabapentin really targets it, because all
Yeah.
of that's nerve.
Yeah.
It's all angry scar tissue and nerve that are,
Right, which I think is why the Apothecana works so well too.
yeah.
Because the Apothecana is great for nerve pain.
Yep.
That's what I used to use for the sciatica
Mm.
when it would get bad. Because I was like, it's a trapped nerve or a pinched nerve.
Jen uses that stuff all the time now.
Good. It's good stuff. It's definitely worth having around.
There it goes.
Good.
Finally.
There's a hole in him.
Yeah, he had a tag.
Oh, and you picked it off?
I think one of the kids did.
Oh, okay.
See, because I would have ripped that one off too. I can fix him though. He just needs to be sewn together.
Also, what metrics do you use for pain?
Metrics?
Because I've used sound. So if I say the pain is really loud,
Yeah.
is one way I've described it before. It's really loud today. Or there's one way where I've described it so pain is like writing on a sheet of paper in a notebook, and when it's really bad, it's like writing in Sharpie where it bleeds, through.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So the ways we try to make people understand, I find so fascinating.
Yeah, trying to articulate your pain in a way that they can imagine it.
Yeah. Also, rippling, I think of it as kind of like water moving through.
Yeah. I use a baseline as a, when I'm explaining things to Jen especially, because she's seen all of it, everything is based on the worst feeling that I've had, which was spinal tap or shoulder tap.
Okay.
Because those are just horrible
What
places.
is a shoulder tap?
They were looking for an infection before it was EDS or anything. When the first time someone took an image, they wanted to see if there was an infection in my arm. So they stuck a needle in, and they scraped around looking for fluid. Except they couldn't find it, so they kept scraping the bone.
So they didn't take an image to find out that there was fluid in there at all?
Mm-mm. They just tried finding it.
I feel like I don't know how factual this is at all. And please don't take my word for it, but I feel like when doctors don't believe you, they find ways to try to trick you into outing yourself.
Right.
Where they're like, we're going to do something super painful.
Yeah.
Or something super uncomfortable to find out if you're faking.
Yeah.
I really think that happens.
No, I've seen that in the ER for sure.
Yeah.
And then
where they're we want to discourage people from coming to the ER.
Right, but I'm down for anything if it fixes the problem or if they can diagnose the problem.
And I think
knock yourself out.
That throws them off, and then generally they're a little bit kinder.
Yeah,
I think. But
I've had so many experiences like that where before they do whatever, they're really obnoxious, and then they'll do whatever, and they either find something or they usually don't.
Right.
But then they're really nice to you.
Mm-hmm. So they're you were willing to put up with that. It must be real.
Yeah,
it's a thing.
When I blacked out, I had to do a spinal tap, make sure it wasn't what's it called?
Meningitis.
Yeah, meningitis. My brain went meringue.
Meringue.
It's not meringue.
It's not meringue.
Just so everyone knows, it's not meringue. It's meningitis, and I didn't have it.
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a thing that happens.
When I went in for my heart blood pressure, I went to university one time when my blood pressure was really scary, and I couldn't get my heart rate under control.
Yeah.
So we went in, and they made me sit in the hallway in a wheelchair for hours.
Jesus.
And then oh, you're scheduled to see a heart doctor in July. I wasn't. It was my appointment with the geneticist that they saw.
Oh, yeah.
So they just kind of set me off. You're going to see someone anyway. They did the EKG, and nothing showed. So they were like, yeah.
Yeah, it's that, jaded thing.
Yeah.
And it sucks. And there's really nothing to be done about it, which really sucks.
I don't know
why.
But I always feel like they're like, you're a pill seeking, but I'm not.
Yes.
Because I'm not asking for pills.
Like that's their first instinct for anyone who walks into the ER who is not actively bleeding.
Right. Well,
clearly you are requesting drugs.
No.
I'm clearly you care more about drugs than helping people.
Yeah, no shit.
I get it, but no, that's a lie. I don't get it.
My fucking favorite one. I just remembered this. This is one of the many ER visits I had for whatever it was at the time. I went in. I think it was for the angio. It was. I was having a really bad heart issue. Everything felt. I blacked out, and I was having a lot of pain from my back at the time.
Yeah.
And so I was, I'm sitting there waiting for them to get around to me, and then finally the nurse comes in and is like, "All right, I'm gonna give you ibuprofen and water." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And he kind of waited for me to react,
To be
Like,
like, no, I don't want that.
I was
That
like-
doesn't work. I need something stronger.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, it's whatever you were going to give me might help. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Just help me.
Yeah.
And then they did the EKG, and then after that, they offered to like take care of me for real. It was really,
Yeah.
really fucking bizarre.
It's so weird. And it's like, that is the very first assumption.
I hate that so
and
much.
I don't.
It makes you wonder how much that actually happens, though. If that's reaction number one,
Yeah.
how often is it happening?
Right.
I mean, I've heard
So they're like,
people
we'll
faking
hurt
it.
you and charge you a shitload for a test you didn't need
Yeah.
to find out if you're drug seeking.
Well, and it goes with the question, like, what do you expect to gain from this?
Right.
I need to know that I'm not dying.
I feel like that would be a more helpful question than you have to pass the gauntlet of this bullshit before we're going to treat you.
Well, have you ever heard people in the ER faking it?
Yes.
Like,
Oh, yes.
this woman
Yeah,
just
yeah.
wailing and screaming and, oh, this is the worst
Oh, yeah.
pain. And then the doctor goes away and it gets real quiet.
Yep.
Like,
Oh,
bitch,
yeah.
I can hear you 5 rooms down. I know you're faking it.
Yep. Yep.
Just ruin it for everyone else.
So many times. Yeah. But I'm like, if we treated addiction like in the mental health area,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have nearly as many problems
It's
with
true.
addiction in the first place. And if we treated pain the way we're supposed to treat pain, then we wouldn't have nearly as many issues either.
Right.
So you have these like two things that you're like, mental health could fix all of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's why I'm signed up at New Health.
Yeah.
Literally found them because I had a meltdown with Jed saying I need to find a place that does mental health and pain management at the same time.
Yeah.
And we found them. They had just opened like around when we found them.
Yeah.
It was like
That's
really
awesome.
well timed. Like I had my fucking meltdown, my total breakdown, and then the next day we found New Health.
That's awesome.
I remember I was on the floor bawling, and I'm like, Jed, I need someone. We don't need pain management. I don't want pain management. I need mental health and pain management. And then we told our doctor, and she's like, oh, here you go. Here's the solution.
God.
Oh.
It's so frustrating. Because it's a self-perpetuating system
Yeah.
that they started, by the way.
Yeah.
Pill addiction is not the people's fault. Pill addiction is the fault of companies going, I'll give you lots of money to prescribe this thing a lot.
Well, and the whole extended release scam that Pfizer pulled. It's not addictive now. It's long term. It's not addictive, we swear. No, guys, seriously, no, it's not. You can't possibly get addicted to it. We put a special coating on it. No, they can't just break it open and take all of it. That would be bad for them. Why are they doing this? They're melting them down? What?
Yep.
There's no way for them to get around this. Excuse me.
Yeah, no, this is your fault, Big Pharma and
Yeah,
Big
no
Medical,
shit.
because y'all took the money and y'all took the the drugs and handed them out like they were candy
Yeah.
because someone paid you to do it.
That's the other thing I have a problem with is that I'm gonna outlast my clinic probably.
Mm.
You know, like, or at some point they're gonna. I'm always paranoid that I'm gonna lose pain management, or that they're gonna close or something, and I'll have to find a
Yeah.
new place.
Well, and it's a legitimate concern
It is.
because it's not easy to find what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And they do. They come and go so fast.
Yeah.
Because, like, funding's not there for them.
I lost 2 pain management clinics to the doctor leaving,
Mm-hmm.
and then they wouldn't take me anymore, which is really weird.
That is really weird.
Right, because it's like the place still takes my insurance, but because my doctor's not there, they're not going to like try and find me a new doctor. No, I
super
understand
weird.
it. It's because they don't have the new person on. They can't
because
carry.
they're like, they have to be
They're
like
always at
taking new
capacity.
patients.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're always over capacity. From
Yeah.
what I've experienced, like Jesus.
Yeah.
At least the scary ones are.
mm-hmm. Well, because that's the thing is we're not doing pain management. We're doing here, take pills and shut the fuck up.
Which works for a lot of people.
Right.
Imagine that. They just want the pills. Weird.
Right? Yeah. So when you deny people fucking resources and
Yeah.
education, that's how you get addiction.
Right.
And That's the thing, is addiction is more than just like the chemical dependency, which is a real son of a bitch, because you've had to go through withdrawals for several things.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, god dang.
Having a dependent body.
Yeah.
No thanks.
So yeah, you're gonna want to like take more of whatever it is that your body has decided to put that dependence on. Or I think even I can't imagine trying to get off of gabapentin right now.
I did it one time.
I think I would
and it is the worst.
Explode. I don't know how to feel that way.
It's so much worse than like stopping pain meds or anything. Like it, oh god, it's the flu on steroids.
Yeah.
Because it's also like part mental.
Right.
Like, oh man.
Yeah, no.
Maybe it was Lyrica. Lyrica I think was worse than gabapentin, but Lyrica just was bad for me anyways.
Yeah.
Even though they're the same thing almost.
They are. It's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause they're like gabapentin's just the like
Lyrica's
off-brand.
special.
It's the off-brand.
Yeah, but it doesn't give me time jumps. I don't black out randomly.
Or hallucinate.
Yeah, I don't hear the people anymore. Well, no. If there's like a noise, like a white noise in the background, it sounds like conversation to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
your
that's
brain's
not
like,
good.
Let me fill that in for you.
Yeah, it's a bunch of people. They're all having a party without you.
Make shit up.
They're talking about you. Wait, what? All of them? There's like 50 people over there.
I'm so important.
Yeah, my brain's like, it's all about me. Listen to all of them talking. Oh, you can't hear the words, but they're talking about me. I know it. What? You're paranoid now? Why? Like
for fun. For fun and me time. That's why.
Fun brain experiments.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. So like the chemical dependency is one thing all by itself, and then you have like the emotional dependency, and that's not good either.
I don't know that any place really, except for like rehab, addressed the emotional dependency.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, and that's the thing, and they don't fucking educate people. That's so frustrating to me when they start you off on pain management.
Yeah,
you really should have like that educational piece to it.
Yeah, like you had to go through the classes.
Right. Yeah, on how your brain works. Like that's the thing, and that's the thing for a lot of people who like take it for an injury and then never get better from the pain.
Right.
Because your brain will tell you you're in pain just so that you take the thing, because your brain is already like, I need that. I need that, or I'm going to make you hurt so that you do take that thing. So, but we don't tell people that.
No.
They're like, no, but my back really does hurt. I know your back really does hurt because your brain is telling your back to hurt because whatever. Like there's so much intricacy to it all, and nobody looks at it big picture.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to find a place that does, where you're like, hey, here's all of the things.
Yeah.
Not only is there like that injury, there's also all of this stuff going on the side. So
I should ask them about that. Find out what they would do about, like, if you take THC items or if you vape or whatnot. I'm curious because I don't know for sure how they would react anymore. Like, because they do UAs and stuff, but they do that just to make sure that you're being safe.
Right.
Like they changed the UA system last time I went in. They had like this sheet, and you would just fill out what you took and when.
Oh yeah.
So like, I didn't see weed on there, I don't think, but there were things like Concerta. Then they're like meth, just straight up meth. Like, when's the last time you took your meth? Like,
I did meth.
Or cocaine was on there.
That's so weird.
But then it was like other things too, like
But do people get kicked out for those things?
I don't know.
How do you expect people to be honest about it?
That was my thought.
Then
like,
also, why are you asking? Because you're gonna find it in the UA.
Yeah, I don't understand it myself.
That's weird.
I'm always afraid to ask though. I don't want them to think I'm trying to game the system.
I'm like, I wonder what the like incentive piece is like.
Yeah, I know that they're just trying to keep everyone on the straight and narrow.
Yeah.
And they've presented, like, to government. They went to Washington to present the program.
Like the model?
Yeah. And I never heard back how that was going. But I was like, I'll testify.
That's awesome.
I'll talk about it.
Yeah.
And compare it to my old place. I mean, I told you David was at the other place, the Rocky Mountain.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was there, and we were commiserating. He's like, I've seen you before.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe? I was at the Rocky Mountain Pain Clinic for a long time, and I hated it. He's like, oh, it was horrible there. I was like,
awesome.
Cool.
That's awesome.
That was our first interaction.
Nice.
It's like, yeah, I think I've seen you there. It's like, cool. All right.
That's awesome. So what is his role like? Like, is he...
He's the psychiatrist,
Okay.
but he's more like he's a doctor.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, I know he sees other people for other things.
Right.
And he's the psychiatrist since the one left.
Oh, okay. Cool.
He's a very nice guy.
That's awesome.
Hey, can we try Concerta? Fuck yeah, we could try Concerta. If you don't like it, I got this other thing.
Nice.
Cool.
I need to get back in touch with my psychiatrist. But I don't know what to do. Because I'm like, I would love to do another, like, round of Ritalin and see if I could get my shit together.
Yeah.
But I also am not willing to give up that CBD THC combo. Because I'm like, that helps me process everything.
Yeah, no,
Everything.
I struggle with that
including
too.
being in pain.
Like, I used to, like, when I was able to use the vape pen, it was nice and it
Yeah.
helped a lot.
Yeah.
But
Because I feel like it helps me to step out of the pain and
Yeah.
like lay it down flat and examine it and be more like a bystander to it instead of its victim.
right, well, there's like the way opiates work, which you still feel it,
Yeah.
but it's, you're not, you're experiencing it, but you're not paying attention to it.
Right.
Versus where you can step out of the pain.
Uh-huh.
I totally understand the difference. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
being outside of it's a lot better than just ignoring it, really.
Yes, exactly. Because then you can like look at it and see what's what. It's just different. It's like acknowledging the notifications on your phone.
Right.
Instead of like, I've seen this notification, but I'm going to leave it there for the rest of time.
I imagine those like TV shows where they have the moment and like the equations appear and shit. You're like,
Uh-huh.
pain, it's coming. How is it? And then I solved it. And then you come back and you're like, yo,
Where'd you go just now? I don't know.
I solved pain.
Solved pain.
What does that mean? I tripped earlier and I just realized that's why I hurt my knee.
Yep. That is a thing I do. Like, I'll sit there and be like, what was that? What is that? Why does that feel that way?
Oh, I do that all
what
the
did
time.
I do to myself?
My ribs hurt yesterday, and I was like, why do my ribs hurt? I didn't sneeze. I didn't, like, hiss at the cat. I didn't whistle too hard, did I? Maybe I whistled too hard.
Right.
It's like, something happened, and they're both angry. They're like lowest ribs on both
Ugh.
sides. They're just like, haha, fuck you. Free floating.
Great. It's just stupid. But yeah, no, I think there's something to be said about the marijuana route.
Yeah.
Because it really does help.
Well, all those studies show that people are able to get off opiates and move to THC,
Yeah.
which is definitely better than being
It's
on
just-
opiates.
Yeah. You care less. And it's an easier way to, like,
Or you end up like that
Cope.
girl with whose mom was a fucking nutter, and
yes.
you can get
Poor
weed from your
baby.
dealer. You're fine then.
You can get Xanax from your fucking pharmacy.
Yeah, mom. How many Xanny bars are you taking?
Pills are fine, but that thing that grows out of the ground, nope.
You mean kratom? Every
See,
time I think of kratom, I
I
think
know.
of the guy that in that therapy session was like, "Yeah, I use like kratom and THC," and I was like, "Why are you here then, dude? Like, they're not gonna like you doing those things, and
Right.
You're openly admitting it.
I just don't know about kratom.
That's a no for me. That's a hard
Just
pass.
makes me nervous. I don't like that one.
Yeah,
I like marijuana's been around. Like, we know what that does. And nobody has ever died of marijuana. In the history of ever.
right.
What's the deal, guys? What's wrong?
Yeah,
Well, and I think it used to be like a fear of like what could be in it.
yeah.
And because it was like a classified drug and blah,
right.
blah,
You
blah.
never knew.
Right. But now we're like, these are, it's a resource. Why can't we use our resources?
Yeah.
Why is that so hard? I don't understand.
Oh man, when I was in last, this lady was doing the UA before me,
Mm-hmm.
and she filled out the paper, and then the guy said something, like some interaction happened, and she was like, "Oh, I didn't put this down. I forgot to write down this and this and this." Like, I think she didn't realize how
Tried to
serious.
skate by, and
Yeah.
then they were like, so there's all this stuff in here.
How would you explain this? I slipped on a candy bar and I landed face first onto the pile of pills. Yeah.
I opened a really, really old Coca-Cola and drank it. It's so old.
Like,
it was
I should be dead.
really old. Cocaine.
Just old Coke.
Just old Coke.
I found an old bag of Coke. No. It's really old, but I think it did the trick.
That is not where I was going with that, but okay.
That's where my mind went.
I like that. That's fabulous.
It was like really old, though.
That's why I did so much of it, because, it's less effective over time.
I just shoved my whole face
That's why I
in
had to do a whole 8 ball in 12 minutes.
Jesus. This guy has problems.
You're like, excuse me, ma'am, what brought you to the ER today? Well, you see.
Ugh.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Now, I wish that we could take a page from kind of Canada's book there, and they're kind of...
Yeah,
they're going in the right direction.
They have the clean needle program,
Mm-hmm.
and they have the safe spaces to do drugs, and then they have the resources to get people off of drugs. And
yeah.
A lot of them end up willingly going to these classes.
Yeah.
Because they want to get better.
Well, and what's so interesting to me is that we know for a fact that the antidote to addiction is relationships.
Yeah.
It's right there. We know how this works. But we as a society are more interested in ostracizing and condemning people, and we're not bringing them back into the fold like we could.
Well, you see it all the time with rehab. They go in, they form bonds with the people around them, they get better, then they get sent off.
Mm-hmm.
And then
those bonds
rehab.
are dissolved, and now they've got nothing. Yeah. Well, it's the same thing we do to people, economically.
Yeah.
Where we're like, sure, you can have all of these resources, but if you make, this much money, we're going to cut you off completely from
nothing.
everything. So we gave you, all of this buildup, and now you're way up here, and we're going to fuck off.
Oh, yeah, all that support
and then
you
fall right back down to where you were. Yeah.
Right.
Life is a trap. Don't let them fool you.
Nobody gets out alive.
It's true. Yep. Capitalism, the death of everything.
Oh, gnarly.
Bent knees for way too long.
Yeah, it did. If Benj were here, he'd make fun of me. GG knees. GG.
Yeah. Oh, what was that? Oh, that was my phone. I just keep finding different ways to cross mine. I'm not ready for the pain. It's already, it's gonna be...
it's hardened into this position.
It's gonna be bad.
Let me check. Yeah, that's gonna suck.
Just abuse. It's fine. Where are we at?
We're probably at a good point.
All right. Thanks for meandering with us.
Yeah, that was a wild ride.
I know. So sorry.
Who knows what's gonna happen?
I know. That's exactly it. Keep you on your toes. With my toe socks. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Ta-ta.
Bye. I remember that.
And then he was like, and then I backed down 2 steps, and I was like, you lost me.
Yeah, what?
I was with you.
You were going forward,
we
and
were
then
holding
you went
hands.
backwards?
And then you lost me.
What?
You respect your limitations.
How do you go backwards?
What the fuck?
No, you ramp up, bitch.
You go, ow, suck it up.